We got an absolute ton of these to test, 170. So there's gonna be 3 of us working out. We got Justin over there, because I actually like doing appliances. And over there is John, and he's the guy who's running the music right now. Thanks, John.
You know what? Feeling, looking California, feeling Minnesota.
Basically, we're gonna rip all these open, and then we're gonna hook up a monster power strip. Each of us have an extension cord and a power strip, and we're just gonna plug 6 or 8 of them in at a time. See what happens. So you'll notice a lot of these actually have return slips on them, with reason. Changed my mind. That's a great reason. We like that reason. This one says damaged, so hopefully that means that there's just like a dent in it. This one says fingerprint on something not coming off. Fingerprint on glass, so that's a good reason. This one says doesn't work or defective. We'll be the judge of that. Stopped working. That could be bad. Dented, that's not a big deal for a chest freezer we're gonna put in the basement. Exchanged for a bigger freezer, that's a great reason. There's another one that says change my mind. That's cool. Should be perfect. So that's just kind of what we're up against with these. We'll go with the final tally at the end and see how many were good and bad. We've got a brand new in-box one here. And that looks unfortunate, but actually this is not bad at all, because we're gonna have some that don't work and they're gonna have great doors, so we'll just replace it. Now we know that this one doesn't have dents, damage. This one's likely perfect once we replace that door. They're good ones that Justin's been doing. These all work. And here's his real bad ones. Doesn't work, doesn't work, doesn't work, doesn't work. Fridge does not work, but the freezer does. That one has a broken cord, so we'll end up just pulling a cord off of one of these, transferring it. And this one also doesn't work. These 3 here, I wasn't 100% sure that they were getting cold enough. These are all the Thompson. Slightly different models, as you can see. That one has a control on top. This one has a control inside, but it's the same thing. So I wasn't sure. So what I did was I put a little water in there. As you can see, it's frozen. One thing we noticed about these guys is that I have that on the coldest setting right now, 3, right? They came set at like a 1.5 or 2. When you set it on a 2, what this freezer does to keep it colder is it actually just cools off the bottom 3 racks. So this is what gets cold. So 1, 2, 3 got cold, and then the top 2 were just warm, normal. So that's what happens when you're on that 1.5 to 2 setting. So you put that all the way up to 3, it will keep your stuff frozen. I think we got some of these, it will simply use your air. Downside to all this is that when these come in, they really don't care once they get liquidated. So they just kind of, you know, put the cords wherever they drag them underneath the pallets. So a lot of the cords, these are pretty good, but a lot of them got damaged. So we're going to be replacing a lot of power cords on these. Some doors that were broken, some clips, some things like that. The standoffs on the bottom, the feet, we got to replace some of those. Gathering some parts out of that before we scrap them out. See if we can find the cord. We've got all these 128 can beverage coolers. As you can see, we got a few of them that have broken glass on there, and 2 or 3. They're pretty good. They pretty much all work. The one issue that I'm noticing is that the doors separate down there, and that's probably what caused the breakage. So we're gonna have to go ahead and fix those. Here's the chest freezers we tested. I believe I tested all the chest freezers today. Every one of them worked, which is excellent. So we're gonna be at 150 bucks. Got 2 different models. Here's one, and then this is a different one. This is a Hot Point. Here's a look at some more of those Thompsons that we did. A lot of people want the upright freezers all the time. You can see they're nice. All these right here, refrigerators, and most of the white ones are freezers. These are all ones that we tested good. But it's really not all roses. We did have a lot of bad ones. We actually filled up a 16-foot box truck 1.5 times with ones that are due for scrap. And we'll use those for parts for some of these over here that are missing the cords or have bad cords. We do still have a significant number to go through. They're very dusty just from sitting in a warehouse. But we'll unbox, open all these, and retest them. Right now, I'd say we're a little bit better than 50-50. Back here, we just have the ones that we separated. These were transported on their side, and we have to leave them sit upright for 24 hours. You can see this one's got a dent in it. It's actually a great sign. A dent in it probably means that's why we got it. You can just take this little plastic cover off one that ends up being bad and replace it. No big deal. There's one with a big gouge in it. It probably works. It's going to be ugly. We'll price that a little bit lower. The handles popped off, but I noticed some handles just laying in there. I think they do pop on and off. It's new. If we're missing shelves like this one right here, that looks like that's got one broken glass shelf. So we'll just pull one out and we'll complete this one as much as we can. But it looks like so far we have the shelves. We should be able to complete all of them, I think. We've got 170 units that we bought. We're probably going to have 100 to 110 that are good. You know, that's kind of what it is. They're basically $300 for most of these models, and we're going to be selling for $180 here. If there's significant damage, we can go as low as $150, and we just do first come, first serve. So the people that come in right away, you know, they can kind of sort through it and look at the ones they want and get the ones that are the best looking for their garage or hopefully basement. I don't think these are going to go in anybody's kitchen or living room, that's for sure. This is going to create a lot of trash, so we're definitely going to need a dumpster removal. Quite a bit of labor breaking down all this cardboard. This has been another poorly edited video from the building with no name, otherwise Sheboygan Discount Warehouse. Hopefully we'll get a sign.